Now, here's two great examples from history, both of which may be somewhat apocryphal, but the stories are very interesting. Cortez gets to the New World. Spanish conquistadors arrive in the New World and total commitment, like Jack Ripper in Dr. Strangelove.
I know where this
total commitment. The story is that they burned their ships. So there was no going back.
That's a decision.
In reality, he probably didn't burn them. I've looked at the history in this. But they did destroy them.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's a line in the freaking sand.
So that is a line. You're saying there is no undo button for this decision. Right?
Exactly. That's the way to put it, isn't it? No undo button. I said scratch my forehead.
There ain't no undo button.
This is acrylic. It doesn't itch. Not itchy like wool. Now, the interesting thing is, Cortez, when they burn the ships like that, I think he would have just turned to them and in Spanish said, "Any questions?"
I would have said, this stuff really comes out.
Yeah. Here's the other one. Now, when I used to tour England and Wales and, Britain doing hypnosis shows in the 90s.
Allegedly.
Shut up. 5 times I did tours of Britain. Each time I did 12 shows in 2 weeks. It was hard work. But one of the interesting things that stayed in my mind was we went to Coventry. And Coventry Cathedral, there's bits of it still standing there. And I was at the university there and I'm looking at this bombed out cathedral from the German bombs in the war. And the story is told that Churchill, because Britain, through the work of Alan Turing and all those brilliant women who worked for him, the code breakers, had broken the Enigma code of the German code machine.
Yeah.
Churchill knew that the Germans were going to do their next raid on Coventry, but he didn't warn them. He sacrificed the city. Because he decided to not tell them. Because if they knew and everyone was ready, they'd know that the Enigma code was broken.
So he needed to pick the lesser harm, which was...
Lesser of two evils, I think is the phrase, yes.
There's two evils
Expediency.
Here. Well, there's two harms that are up. If you do anything that signals that you know that the code was broken... much more damage.
I'm not appreciating the gesture. They're more the kind of gestures you use.
There you go.
If you're trying to illustrate some sort of sexual tension.
Because there's people on the audio version that are going to wonder what the
Chris
heck
has just got his arms up really tense. And there's a tense sexuality about it that's stressing me.
Do you want me to get back to what I was saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So there's two choices here. You can either acknowledge that the code has been broken and know they're going to change it, and now there's more devastation coming. Yeah. Or you let a city fall, which is a pretty devastating thing to think about, having to, a lot of people are going to get harmed.
And it may be apocryphal, but remember they needed to keep the Enigma code, the fact they've broken it from the German wolf packs of subs. They worked spectacularly well in subs. And as a Brit, it's very hard for me to say that, but...